This episode of Our Brains Hurt is brought to you by Snubbed Coffee. If you like punk rock and great coffee, head over to punkrockjoe.com and get yourself caffeinated. Now let's get to the show.
Welcome to another episode of Our Brains Hurt with Ron and Matt. Thanks for hanging out.
Welcome our resident Canadian today.
We're going to learn about our neighbors, our exotic neighbors to the north.
Yeah, our Brains Hurt resident Canadian Andrew
Yes.
Ray, or Captain Canada as they call him.
How's it going, fellas? Good day of fucking snowshoeing. Got outside. Just slightly below freezing, so it was a good day to get out.
Nice.
Out of hibernation. Had a conversation with Matt yesterday on how this whole ordeal goes down, and I was in rare form. The Molsons were flowing pretty good. I think I had 14 beers yesterday. I woke up on the bathroom floor. Like 4 a.m. We got heated floors in the bathroom, so it was nice and cozy too.
Nice.
Woke up sweaty and confused.
So that's my favorite way to wake up.
It took me like 5 minutes to get my fucking body to get working again, to actually make my way downstairs into bed. Just been fucking lying on the couch all day.
You know, what else are you gonna do on a Thursday?
I work weird shifts.
Yeah,
I don't work today. Fuck it.
I mean, it's COVID, man. It's COVID Thursday.
Right.
You spend it on the couch.
Yeah. Every day is a Saturday in COVID.
So what are you Canucks spinning up there these days?
What are we spinning?
Yeah, like what are you spinning? Like what are you listening to?
Well, fuck. Propaganda, like always, like that's pretty much our national anthem, is any Propaganda album that you can have. That "O Canada" stuff, we just put that on. That's just for you guys. That's not really the national anthem. Back to the Motor League. Back to the Motor League's the real Canadian national anthem. That song's a fucking banger.
You know, I always thought it was funny back in the day, like around when like How to Clean Everything had come out, you know,
Which I think is
90s.
Canada's greatest
and
Achievement.
and yeah.
yeah. I used to love the you know, like all my friends around here, that you know, that one song, I can't remember the name, but he talks about sticking the flag up your ass.
Haley
or whatever.
Selassie up your ass. Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, whatever the song is, it's got that lyric in it. I used to laugh at all my friends around here who would be like, "Oh, I hate this fucking band," you know, and I was like, you know, they're not talking about the United States, right?
Yeah.
They're from Canada.
It's a thing that happens, that you can talk about politics with anybody and they just automatically assume that you're talking American politics, because your political system is just so globalized and so entertaining to watch that everything is just about American politics.
It's like WWE.
Bernie Sanders comes out with a steel chair.
And mittens.
Yeah, you're welcome, world. We gave you Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That was a really entertaining and scary 4 years.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's super entertaining.
Yep.
Like so many of your presidents have so much, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're old, like people are
Yeah,
getting,
now we have a brain dead zombie in there, so who knows how long he's gonna last.
that's what, so he's not actually sniffing hair, he's sniffing out brains. All those kids are just they just didn't find any brains.
Yeah, he sniffs paint like most people drink wine.
Well, I drink paint like most people drink wine.
Yeah, well, it's well, down here in America, we sniff it.
Yeah, like your presidents get like assassinated. Your presidents like get blowjobs under desks. Your president, like they live a pretty good life. Like our prime minister gets hit with a pie.
He's got great hair.
He's a heartthrob, man. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Yeah. His ass looks great in those pants that he wears, and he has Chewbacca socks. So that's why Justin Trudeau gets my vote.
I know. I really wanted to vote for his like female counterpart for like our president. We had like, we have like a relatively young, really good choice for president here, and she's super hot, but nobody wanted to vote for her for some reason.
Who, Tulsi?
Yeah, Tulsi.
Yeah.
She's even got that like really hot like gray streak in the front of her hair.
Oh yeah,
like Rogue does from the X-Men.
like an X-Man.
Yeah.
Like
Everything she said made sense. Like she was just all around the best presidential candidate. So naturally, nobody in this country voted for her.
Well, yeah, of course. Why? Who needs? You don't need facts and knowledge. You just need to have a face that people know.
That's right.
That's the face of an old white man.
Yeah, it's old. It's just she didn't have enough old, I guess.
Are you a Letterkenny fan?
I absolutely love Letterkenny.
I think.
Cool. I was gonna say, is that pretty much like a documentary about Canadian life for the youth?
Yeah, I mean, you could have David Attenborough just do a little voiceover at the beginning of every episode, and it'd be a complete documentary. Like, see here as the farmer, still wearing his clothes from the barn, drinks his first beer of the day. I'm David Attenborough. And then, like, in a small town in Canada, 5,000 people, and I just do a show opener.
That's a big town in Canada. Let's be real. 5,000.
Yeah, like I live in a town of 4,000, so 5,000. I mean, it is bigger. It's a big city.
You live in the middle of nowhere, though.
I live. It takes me an hour and 5 minutes just to drive to a city to get to work.
How long? Yeah, how long does it take you to get to Toronto from where you are, which is like the biggest? No, it's not like is that the biggest city near you?
Yeah, well, Toronto's the biggest city in Canada, so. But the biggest city near me would be 45,000 people. That's North Bay, and that's a solid fucking 3-hour ride.
So Toronto's bigger than Quebec?
Quebec City.
Population? No, I mean, Quebec's an entire fucking province. That's like saying is like
Quebec City.
Quebec City.
Oh yeah, it's bigger than Quebec City for sure.
Okay.
I mean, the 10th of the population of Canada lives in fucking Toronto. That's
Oh damn.
Yeah. Or no, a third. Sorry, it's a third of the fucking population because our population is only 36 million. And you have
12,000 people live in Toronto.
Let's say it.
Yeah, because like we have 36 million people and 10 million people live in the GTA alone. And that's why this fucking just COVID central. It's fucking crazy.
But now you guys have gotten what you've always wished for in all the Canadian NHL teams are just in one division and only playing each other.
Yeah. So now we can finally maybe win a Stanley Cup. It's been since like 1992 or some bullshit since we actually took home a cup.
Yeah, because fucking
Wait, when did that happen? When did they start only playing each other?
COVID this season.
Oh, okay.
So the teams can't cross the border. Like,
oh no shit. Okay.
So the NHL just quick changed all the divisions, and all the Canadian teams are in one division. So like at least fucking 4 Canadian teams are going to the playoffs or whatever.
So is the cup going to be U.S. versus Canada?
They're probably going to do the bubble thing like they did last year. So they'll between the regular season and the playoffs, they'll do like a week break and have everybody like quarantine in the bubble and then start that whole bubble thing. That's my guess.
If it's going to come down to U.S. versus Canada, we've got a pretty good track record at. I don't want, for lack of a better term, kicking your guys' ass.
Yeah.
In
hockey.
No, at life. You guys tried to pick a fight with us like fucking 100 and some years ago. What did we do to you? We burnt down your goddamn White House. Come on, bring it.
Wait,
you pissed off a bunch of farmers, a bunch of maple syrup farmers. You pissed them off, and then we fucking snuck over your border.
Is that what happened?
Oh, now it's time to turn your White House black. Fuck you! And we threw a fucking badge at you.
We're trying to make you guys the largest national park of the United States.
I don't think we learn about that, whatever that was in history here.
No, it's pretty. It's embarrassing for you guys.
Are you talking about like the fucking which?
You never learned about the syrup rebellion?
Oh, I mean, I know about the syrup cartel, the maple syrup cartels in Canada.
Yeah,
you know that's fucking crazy.
Quebecers take their Quebecers. You're allowed to say that too. Like that's not cancel culture. You can say Quebecers. It's fine. Yeah,
it's fine.
But they take their maple syrup very seriously.
Yeah, they clearly have created cartels around it.
Yeah, when the whole world goes to shit, you can thank Quebec for having a surplus, like an emergency ration for the entire world of maple syrup. That's an actual thing. They have emergency rations for the world.
Well, good.
That's awesome. I'm a syrup fan. So.
Yeah, I like waffles.
The first person to fucking cut a hole in a tree and go, oh, tabarnak, that's fucking good. Let's put that on fucking everything. That guy was a genius.
Oh, look, what are you sipping on there, bud?
It was actually Kentucky bourbon.
Oh,
it's Maker's Mark.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Maker's Mark.
Yeah, Makers. I love Makers.
Yeah.
Makers
it's really sweet.
It's good.
It is. Yeah.
I've got some maple syrup whiskey in the cupboard, but I'm just not feeling it. Oh, I got 2 Canadian last night. Now I just gotta take a break.
Too many Molsons.
Oh, way too Canadian.
So since we're on the subject of like hockey and Canadians, there's a fun game that you learn when you're about 4 years old. It's called Marry Fuck Kill. That's the prime time to teach a Canadian child about, the birds and the bees, and also murder. So we play a game where we take 3 famous Canadian NHL players, and then we play Marry Fuck Kill, because first, it's not gay because they're hockey players, and hockey has no sexuality. And 2, it's just a fun little way to pass the time while the snow's blowing and the sun's gone forever. So should I introduce you guys to Marry Fuck Kill Canadian style?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right, so let's go with Marry Fuck Kill. Ty Domi, Mark Messier, and of course the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm fucking Ty Domi, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Why?
Yeah. I'm killing Messier and marrying Gretzky.
Fuck, we're the same person. How about you, Ron?
I am marrying Messier. I'm fucking Wayne, and I'm killing Ty Domi, because I never heard of Ty Domi, to be honest with you. So
Ty Domi was the Canadian enforcer back in the Toronto Maple Leafs enforcer back in the day.
Oh, okay.
He was the goon.
He was like the ultimate goon of all fucking goons. He climbed out of the penalty box into the crowd to fight fans. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like that happened.
All right. I was a huge Rangers fan when they won the cup with Messier, so I'm still gonna marry him. And Gretzky's just hot with his, blonde locks back in the day, so I'm gonna fuck him, and then I'll still go with killing Ty Domi.
I'd fuck Ty Domi because I like to get punched during sex, and I'm assuming he's the guy that would do it. And I'd murder Messier because of that one hit that he gave on that fucking guy, like back in the 90s, where he fucking hit the guy so hard they put him on a stretcher and then they dropped him out of the stretcher. Do you ever see that fucking hit?
I never saw that.
On Mike Modano? Yeah, it was a hit against Mike Modano.
Yeah.
So he hit him so fucking hard, and it was a pretty dirty hit. And then they kept the cameras rolling as they went outside the fucking arena. They loaded him on a stretcher, and as they were putting him in the ambulance, they dropped him out of the fucking and
poor Mike Modano.
So I'd murder Messier over that, but that was a good hit. And then I'd marry Wayne Gretzky because he's so fucking good. He needs to get taken down a peg. So like, I would just have Gretzky doing like shit jobs around the house, like scrubbing floors, and he'd miss a spot, and I just walk up to him and I whisper, "They call you the Great One," and I just walk away. And he'd like drop a dish, and I'd be like, "Great One." And then eventually, I would pick away at his self-esteem over, I'd say 4 or 5 years. I would just break him down so that he was no longer a man and he offed himself. So then at his funeral, his smoking hot daughter would be there and she'd be crying.
That's true.
I'd be like, "Come to stepdaddy."
Oh my God.
That's the fucking long game right there, boys.
You
won.
You just wedding crashed Wayne Gretzky's funeral.
Yeah, I forgot all about the daughter. So he's
you just crashed the funeral.
See, it's not gay if the end game is to get with his hot daughter.
That's true. I got to start thinking like a Canadian.
See, we seem friendly. We seem friendly at first, but everything has a method that's really, really based in like some sort of evil fucking way.
You guys are super friendly until you get on the fucking ice. God damn.
Yeah.
And then you're not friendly anymore at all.
The friendliness really depends on how much work you have to put into it. Like if I'm driving down the highway and someone's got his four-way flashers on, like it looks like he's in some sort of trouble, I'll pull over and I'll roll down the window just a little bit and I'll look out and be like, "Hey, bud, what's going on? You okay?" And then if it's something easy, like, "Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot to plug in my phone. My wife was mad the phone died, and now I just need to make a quick call." I'm like, "Okay, here's my phone." But if it like requires me to help him change a tire, I'll be like, "Oh, sorry to hear about your bad luck," and I'll keep on fucking going.
But you'll make a call for him, won't you?
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
easy. That requires very little on my part.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. See, that's why.
You watch Canadian football? Are you a Canadian football fan?
You know what? This is gonna get me a lot of shit, but I don't even watch hockey all that much.
Okay,
No, not a big sports guy.
gotcha.
I got beat up by the jocks in high school. I was more of like the nerd kid. So, yeah.
But it's Canada, so you know enough about it. Hockey, that is.
Yeah, I think I know that there's the Rough Riders.
No. I'm in hockey, not the CFL.
Hockey. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I know nothing about Canadian fucking football.
Yeah.
We have the Grey Cup.
Do you have like friends, like a bunch of friends that like the CFL? Like, is there like a large community?
No, I don't even think Canadians like the CFL, to be honest. Nobody fucking talks about it. It's just a thing that we learn about like on corner gas.
They probably show highlights of it more here than they do there.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, she's actually married to a quarterback. He just recently retired, but he was I think he was a pretty big name in the Canadian Football League. Last name was Burris. He was a black dude.
Hannibal.
I guess not.
Yep, that's it. Nailed it.
That's it. I'm gonna have to look him up now. Hang on a second.
Mystery solved.
Hannibal Buress is actually a famous Canadian football player.
Damn, bet you guys didn't think we were gonna figure that one out. But here we are.
Oh, Henry Burris.
And your sister's married to him.
No, I have a friend who's married to him.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Look at
he
that.
won 3 Grey Cup championships with the Calgary Stampeders.
The Grey Cup is like they couldn't have picked a more bland color for like the championship. Like you guys have the Rose Bowl. You guys have the fucking Rose Bowl and the Super Bowl, and we're just like, just take black and white, mix them together. That's good enough.
We got like the Orange Bowl and the FedEx Tostitos Bowl or whatever.
Oh fuck! I want one of those in my living room. That's not delicious.
Yeah, you guys get the Grey Cup. It's like
it's not even a color. They just give you a shade. Here you go.
Yeah, it's not even one of the prominent shades. It's the one in the middle.
Yeah, apparently at the time of his retirement, he was 3rd in all-time CFL passing yards and passing touchdowns.
That's cool. So he was probably making like $20,000 a year.
Yeah,
he's doing pretty good for himself.
At least.
I can't assume that the CFL is raking in the dough.
Yeah, do you think that they pay the players like their Christmas bonuses in maple syrup?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the players are actually just prisoners, and that's how they work off time from the sentences. It's got a real longest yard situation going on.
That makes sense. That makes sense. It's got to be.
It wouldn't be called the longest yard, right? Don't you guys use a different system?
Yeah, it'd be like the
longest meter.
See, I never thought we'd talk about the CFL.
There you go.
On here, but
first time on this podcast.
Yeah, nobody learned anything. It wasn't a very productive talk.
No, but who cares about our listeners?
Yeah.
Fuck our listeners.
But it was fun. That's what matters.
Last week, Cletus came up for the first time. This week, CFL came up for the first time.
Oh, fuck. The Cletus Football League. Now, that'd be something to see.
There'd be everyone would be drunk and there'd be death at some point.
Yep.
Yeah. Just Mohawks just everywhere.
Yeah. The pregame, chug a case of beer for every player and then see what happens.
All right. Well, covered what you're listening to. So it's
I got the new Savage Remains album in today.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Good.
You did.
Have you listened to it yet?
Have I listened to it?
Yeah.
No, I got it and then I went out snowshoeing. Yeah, fucking for spinning. Basically, not all Canadian shit, right? Like all punk, obviously.
What's playing in your car right now? Like legit for real.
On my drive to work, I listen to podcasts now. I've been listening to a lot of I don't know about that with Jim Jeffries.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's really funny.
Yeah, that's a good one to listen to. And then I always go back to just throw on some fucking Rogan podcasts. That's always good too.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of shit.
Are you a Spotify listener owner? Yeah, me too.
I am because
I was before Rogan went over there.
On my way to work, there's about a 40-kilometer stretch where there's no internet. Like we don't have cell phone reception. So I needed like a program where you can download shit and play it without any reception, right? So
that's my number one thing to do on fucking Spotify, man, is like I got that one, playlist that's like a little bit of everything that's just always downloaded. So no matter where I go, I always got a shit ton of fucking music.
For about a month last month, there was this band out of the UK called Punk Rock Factory.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, they released an album of Disney punk covers, and I realized at that point that I'm a super like I have a kid, and like it showed that I was a super major dad because it was just me and my kid blasting punk Disney jams in the car, just like awesome, belting out the lyrics to Frozen. And they got good fucking cameos. They got Rhodey Walker from Protest the Hero.
Huh.
Okay.
And they got Steve Rawls from Belvedere.
Wow.
Like they got some big names in punk rock to do fucking backup vocals or like cameos on these songs, and it's really fucking well put together.
That's cool.
Is Protest the Hero Canadian?
Yes, sir.
They are. I knew it. They're really good though. The dude who is like gonna be the new guitarist in my band is who introduced me to Protest the Hero.
They're so fucking good. Rhodey Walker's got like the voice of a fucking angel.
He the Protest the Hero was another band he used to use to like warm up with, like play along with to warm up. Yeah. He was like, oh, you gotta check this fucking band out. And I've always wondered, I never looked it up, but I've always wondered because they kind of sound Canadian. I don't know, they just have that Canadian sound. And so I have Canadian radar, kind of like gaydar, except it's for Canadians.
Kadar?
Yeah, like
I think that's called NORAD, right?
That's right.
Yeah, like the Canadian accent, I think it's a mixture of like Irish and French and then drunk. It's those three things put together.
Irish, French, and if it's Irish, it's definitely drunk.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Once you get past Quebec and you go into the East Coast, it's more drunk than French. The Newfies, they have such a thick accent. And you've seen the Newfie sketch on Letterkenny when they're playing hockey with the Newfies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that accent, that's full blown. That's an actual Newfie accent.
Wow.
Yeah. The trick is when you get stuck in a room with one, because they're chatty, they love to fucking talk. And the only way to understand them is to just drink. And the more drunk you get, the more you understand how to talk to a Newfoundlander.
That's all it takes to translate the Newfies. One bottle of wine, you're good to go.
Yeah, they have a beer that they only sell in Newfoundland called Blue Star. So if you get over to Newfoundland and you want to have a good conversation, you got to drink about a case of fucking Blue Star. And then all of a sudden you fucking start talking like this guy, and everything just starts to fucking make sense, and you fucking go to the fucking rock and you fucking drink a case of Blue Star with the boys. It's Irish drunk.
That's funny. I know somebody from Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, the land of potatoes. They love that. They never get tired of hearing about that.
Prince Edward Island, is that in the eastern part of Canada?
Yeah, it's somewhere that's like northeast.
New Brunswick.
It's on the east coast. Yeah, it's right up near Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. It's a province. It's tiny, but it's a Canadian province.
Oh, the fucking island itself is the province.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
I didn't know it was its own province. That's cool.
Yep.
I did not know that either.
Do you watch Oak Island? Do you know about Oak Island?
There's a treasure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
that's about as much as I know. Is that in Canada?
It is.
I think it is.
It is.
Oh shit!
Right?
Yep. It is in Canada.
Yeah.
It's in New Brunswick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
It's off the coast of New Brunswick, and I believe it's in New Brunswick. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's in Nova Scotia, but I'm pretty sure it's in New Brunswick. But yeah, it's the story of Oak Island is pretty cool. I will not bore everyone with the story because probably most people have heard it now because there's a television show that's very popular in America about it. So, but it's a cool story. It's like this booby trapped hole that's clearly man-made and clearly booby trapped. That was discovered in the 1800s, and people have been trying to excavate this thing since, and have never been able to fucking figure out what the fuck is down there. It just keeps booby trapping in on itself.
But how does it just keep booby trap? Like they try
Nope.
to dig the hole and the hole just gets deeper.
They found layers of crap in there that was clearly like man-made stuff, like going like way down. I mean, we're talking about like past like 100 feet and stuff, and there's like weird tunnels that go out to the ocean where seawater fills it in when they break like certain parts of the little wall that's built. Yeah, it's like a very, very elaborate like
There
I
are
don't.
many
It's weird.
theories
It's so weird. Yeah.
as to what's there. Like some people say it's like it goes all the way back to like the Knights Templar, where it could be like the Ark of the Covenant. But some people say it's like Shakespeare's his like original works. I don't know.
But yeah,
But now there's these two Americans that are spending billions and billions of dollars just
trying to
digging
do
these giant holes in the island, and they haven't found shit yet. So, but
I would love for somebody to get to the bottom, and after like billions of dollars spent, and they get to the bottom of that hole, and there's like a sealed up box, and they open it, and then it's just a fucking case of Blue Star with a note like, "Hey, you deserved one of these by
Yeah.
full beer."
Take a load off, bud. You deserve one of these.
crack open a Blue Star. You deserve it.
It's the 100-year commercial.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
Like,
And they have found some shit there over the years. Like they've found like some coins like scattered around the island that are like fucking eons old, and they found like this fucking sword like that was like 90 feet down. That was like from like I think it was from Roman times or something like that. It was
probably
like,
some nerd's replica of like the glowing sword in Lord of the Rings. He just threw it down the hole one day.
yeah,
like, I lost my virginity. I don't need this sword anymore. Down the fucking hole you go.
But the sword comes from a time previous to when North America had supposedly not been discovered yet. Yeah, so there's like
It's a funny show
by
to watch.
white people.
Okay.
And yeah.
It's a funny show to watch, and I watch it at work every now and then. When I watch it at home, it's kind of like if my wife comes downstairs, it's kind of like I'm watching porn. I have to change it real quick. She thinks I'm fucking ridiculous for watching it.
You gotta put it back on Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's on the History Channel. It's history.
Oh, it's definitely true. It's like saying you're learning stuff when you're watching TLC. Remember when TLC used to actually be about learning?
Yeah, for like a minute.
Now it's just like,
now
let's find the ugliest people in history and put them on TV and give them their own show.
Yeah, now it's like Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
The Learning Channel.
We have a channel called the American. Is it American Hero Channel? AHC. It used to be something else, but it's almost always a documentary about Hitler.
The greatest American hero.
Yeah,
it's the
we call
Hitler
it like
Channel.
the All Hitler Channel.
All Hitler, all day. Yeah.
If you think about it, Hitler's really the reason that you guys created the atomic bomb in the first place.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's he was a real patriot.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah.
The guy.
Hey, Canada helped us out with that, right? Canada was there.
Yeah, we were there.
I saw that. Yeah.
Like, you mean for World War II?
Yeah, World War II. Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely there. We were there before you guys. You guys were like sidelined. You're like, we're gonna sit this one out.
Yeah, we're
not.
Yeah, we're waiting until they killed like 5 million Jews, and we.
That's right. You guys went first. Where?
Yeah.
What are the famous World War II battles for the Canadians? like like the
Vimy-
U.S. has like D-Day, and like Normandy.
I think
You
it's
guys-
Vimy Ridge is one of them.
What is it?
Vimy Ridge. Yeah,
Vimy Ridge?
that's a famous one. Passchendaele. That was another big famous one for Canadians. Terrible fucking movie. Like I went and seen it in theaters and thought it was gonna be a war movie. Turned out to be a love story. Doesn't that fucking burn your asshole when that happens?
Oh, so they hold on. So they named a love movie after like one of your guys' famous World War II battles.
Yeah, and it
So-
was complete fucking garbage.
So everybody was like, "Oh, sweet, it's gonna be this cool World War II movie," and then they got in there and it's a chick flick.
Yeah, it was basically like a guy trying to get back home to his wife and like writing letters and stuff.
Oh, so it was. Oh, so it was World War II related. It just wasn't like the. It wasn't like
That movie Pearl Harbor.
oh fuck.
No, like
oh, that was so bad.
We're talking about the actual event, right? Or you mean the movie? Because they're both terrible.
Pearl Harbor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah, the movie's worse than the actual event. I don't know how they managed that, but they did it.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, that movie was really bad. Like
I love the fucking Team America World Police where they're talking like they have the fucking song. Like Pearl Harbor sucks, but like Ben Affleck is super cool or whatever.
yeah. It sucked too, because Ron, remember when that movie came out and like the beginning of the movie, it's like the first 5 minutes of the movie is like badass. It's like the Battle of Pearl Harbor and like
it's like Saving Private Ryan kind of. It was hoping.
yeah, and you're like, oh wow, like this is intense and like holy and then it's like the first 5 minutes of the movie and then the rest of the movie just fucking sucks. Like so bad.
I just watched Saving Private Ryan for the first time like 2 months ago. That was a good fucking movie.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's a great movie.
Wait,
Like,
you saw that
apparently,
for the first time a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, never seen it before. So then I went and did some digging, and I guess like Spielberg was like he would give Matt Damon special treatment above all the other actors and like do all these super nice things for him so that everybody just fucking hated
They
him.
hated
on set.
him. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the other ones had to go to like a fake boot camp, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So the whole movie was just like it wasn't even acting. They just really fucking hated Matt Damon. They're like, fuck piece of shit. I gotta go get his ass. Fucking hate Matt Damon. You know it's not saving Matt Damon, right? Like my name's Private. Fuck you, Matt.
Yeah, when my daughter was 8 years old, I made her. She went to bed one night, and then Saving Private Ryan came on, and I woke her up. I was like, "You have to watch." I made her watch the opening scene when they storm the beaches.
Yeah.
And I was like, when you turn 17 or 18 years old, I don't ever want to hear you complain about anything. And she was totally traumatized. She was like 8 or 9, watching these people get like tore up on the beach.
You're just like, yep.
Lesson learned.
This is you.
Your life is great.
You do not ever have it bad ever.
I think I seen the porn parody Shaving Private Ryan before I seen the actual real movie.
Is that real? Shaving Private Ryan?
I fucking hope so.
I thought it was Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's definitely what it is. That is definitely what it is.
I've never come across like I spent 2 years working in a porno store, and I
Really?
never once came
Oh,
across the Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Okay, all right. We're gonna get Andrew to tell a story about the time he worked in an adult movie store or a porno store. And did you not say something about selling a specific someone a specific sex toy?
Yeah, we'll get there. This is a highlight of my life, and yeah, I tell the story to everybody, and everybody hates it at the end.
I think this story is the main reason why you're here.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. I'm so super excited now.
So when I went to college, I went to that city I told you about, North Bay, that biggest city near me there. That's where I went to school. And turns out that I had a friend who was a manager of this store called Adult Connection.
Okay.
So Adult Connection, yes. Video rentals. We did rentals. We provided that service. We also did sales of videos and dildos and pussies and ball gags and everything that you can possibly think of that would make you get a really awkward boner in a public location. So she asked me if I wanted a job, and I was like, fuck yeah, because I need to do, like, you're gonna pay me to look at tits all day because they're just plastered all over the place.
Yeah.
And the hours worked perfectly with my fucking school schedule because it was like 7 at night to 11 at night. I'm like, cool.
Nice.
So you walk into this place, just boom, wall to wall to wall, porno movies. Like, we're talking like 3,000 fucking movies in one spot. And then in the middle of the store, you had all your toys. You had like the dildo wall that you had to fucking organize. I called it dildo Tetris because you always had to make everything fit. You had to get the big dildos to fit into the tiny slot. And it was really hard. I haven't personally had to deal with that problem in my life. Like, I just fit into any hole. So, and you'd always get the weirdest fucking customers. Like, one day I was just there, and we always had this big gay dude who would show up, and he was the friendliest guy. His name was Steve Vaillancourt. I'll never forget it. He looked like the Jack of Spades on a deck of cards. He had the long flowing hair.
Nice.
And so I was outside having a smoke one time when he showed up, and he was having a smoke, and he's like, you know what? You're just so cute. I could put you in the trunk of my car and take you out to the woods. So I took a step back into the store very slowly. And we always, behind the counter, we had this big chunk of wood that we would have to like sometimes slap the counter with, because you get the guys that would just come in and start rubbing their dick through their pants, like looking at the porno walls. So you had to be like, get out of here. They'd be, oh no, and they'd flee and they'd run out of the building. So, and then one day there was this timid old lady who was walking around, and all of the movie sections had different titles, like storyline, no storyline, lesbians, Germans. The German section was fucking weird because they have like
It's always the weirdest.
always weird, like they use these pussy pumps and they just make their lips look like the fish-headed dude off Star Wars. You can even see it move, like it's a trap. Like, stay away from that pussy. And then there was
Admiral Akbar pussy.
Yeah.
It even sounds German, Admiral Akbar. And then you had the something different section. And she was, so she's there and she's looking through the movie titles. And you can see her looking defeated. Like, she was looking for something really, really specific that had to be in the something different section. So she comes up to the counter and she's like, very quietly, do you have anything with just midgets? And without skipping a beat, I walked over. I'm like, little people, big fuckers. Here you go, ma'am. Would you like to rent it or buy it today? So now, I was working at this place for a couple of months. My mom lives about 200 kilometers away, and I guess she wanted to surprise me. So it's like a Saturday morning, maybe a Saturday afternoon. It's like 2 PM, and then the door, ding, ding, ding. Oh, how can I? And it's my fucking mom. Like,
No fucking way.
And it's my stepdad. Like, hey guys, welcome to the porno store. And so, like, having to hug your mom in a porno store, not something that's that was weird. And so I do the tour, and I'm like, yeah, these are dildos. They come in mostly big sizes. There's a couple small ones, not very big sellers. The small dildos just kind of sit there, collect dust. And so my stepdad gets away with buying a couple movies, which I'm like, yeah, right on, Paul. My stepdad was Paul too, by the way. And then my mom is looking at the dildos, and she's staring at the dildo wall for like what seemed like 2 years, but was probably maybe 45 seconds. And she's like, how do these work? I'm like, oh, you're gonna ask me that, Mom. That's so when you work in a porno store, you need to be able to open up all of the clamshells. You need to access to the product, because you need to prove to people they work before you sell it, because you can't return a fucking dildo. That's people tried. They've tried. You can't return a fucking dildo.
No.
So everything has to open up.
There's no catch and release on dildos.
And so we went through like dildos through the ages, documentary featuring me and my mom. Starting with just your average piece of wood that's shaped like a dick. This is called Woody, not like the toy on Toy Story, but maybe like adult Toy Story. And then we moved through technology. They added a suction cup. They discovered silicone. And then they started throwing motors in them and making things vibrate ridiculously fast. And then they started adding counterweight, like a weight system where when the weight hits the top of the dildo, it actually like extends like an extra half inch just to get that little extra gas on it, you know, because you always need that little extra half inch. It was called the Ultimate Thumper. My mom was very interested in the Ultimate Thumper. And then she went, "Can I get staff discount?" So I had to call my boss. I'm like, "Nikki, my mom's looking at purchasing the Ultimate Thumper for all of her ultimate thumping needs and wants to know if she can get it at staff discount." And so I sold my mom her very first sex toy it was like a $90 sex toy that I sold her for about $22.73.
So
The receipt on my wall. It's my receipt of shame.
So she was able to get the staff discount.
She was. And I'll tell you, Ella's mood was greatly increased after she bought the Ultimate Thumper.
I mean, it's not called the Ultimate Thumper for no reason. Let's be honest.
I was like, that name also fits really, really well into the WWF or the WWE, I suppose they're calling it now.
Did they? I'm curious. Was there one that was just the Thumper?
That might have been before my time. I think that was discontinued. Just the average Thumper, like the single dad. That wasn't a very big seller.
And the Jerry.
That's the greatest sales story in the history of sales.
Yeah, it is. No one. That story's never been told.
No.
How many?
I would get free rentals from this place, and I lived in a townhouse with 3 other dudes that were in my course. So it was just 4 dudes, and we'd always just have weird ass porno playing in the background whenever we were drinking. I'd always bring home the weirdest shit, like 98 and still fucking. And old Agnes was just getting plowed by 3 black dudes, like Granny Bukkake.
I went to this guy that I had to have been 19, I think, 19 years old.
It was last week. Come on.
Last week, yeah. So at JMU, which is James Madison University here in the United States, it is kind of historically been listed as one of the top party schools in the nation. It got voted like back in the early 2000s by Playboy as one of the top party schools in the nation because the females outnumbered the men 3-1 at the college. Which was,
I wonder if there's like a power dynamic there where the girls rape the dudes at that school.
You don't think too much about it. well, I'll tell you this. One of the parties I went there when I was 19 was in an apartment building, and it was three chicks that lived in the building, and they were calling it a porn party when they invited everybody. And I don't really think anybody had an idea of what a porn party was. But when
it was actually for poems, and it was like, please only read Nietzsche. It was actually.
Yeah. Thankfully, that's not what it was. Because I remember at 19 years old walking into this apartment owned by 3 women, and the entirety of the walls of the apartment were covered in porn pictures. Like
tasteful nudes.
No, it wasn't tasteful nudes. It was like full blown, like raunchy, like hardcore, like, you know, like Hustler and freaking whatever the fuck else was in the late 90s back then. And every TV in the apartment had porn playing on it. And there was like
a different porn on each one.
Yeah. And there was like massive amounts of alcohol. And I just remember like walking in, and we were like some of the first people there. There was like maybe like 10 people there when we showed up. And
so there was porn, there was booze, there were chicks.
Yeah.
I'm sure you walked in and went, "This party fucking sucks."
Yeah.
Is this how the story ends?
No. So yeah, I literally remember what I thought to myself when I walked in the party that night.
No video games.
Yeah, fuck this, I'm out. This is stupid. Yeah, I just know I walked in and was just like, huh. Yeah, all right. I guess I'm getting laid tonight. Yeah. And I did.
Good old college days, man.
Yep. Good old college days.
Well, Ron, I mean, you're the only one here that hasn't told a porn story yet. This has gone
Oh
from
man,
being
porn story.
Ron's got a couple Mad Elfs in him. He's good for a porn
Yeah.
story, I'm sure.
Let's see. Damn, there are so many of them. Where do I start?
Well, let's start at 8 o'clock this morning. I woke up.
Let's see. So when I was there's a college story. So when I was in college, I lived in a house with a couple dudes in it, and right next door there was a house with like 4 chicks living in it. Hang on one second. Taking my headphones off, make sure my wife's not behind me. Okay. And I got a phone call once, and it was one of the chicks next door. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "No, I'm not doing anything." She's like, "Come on over." So I go over there, and I open the front door, and she's like watching porn and just masturbating. And she's like, come on, sit down next to me. I'm like, all right, cool.
No.
How very welcoming. Sounds like a very nice lady.
The thing is, it was so like forward that it kind of freaked me out. Like I've always had to like
work for it.
I've never had I've
work
never
for
had
it.
that happen before, so I was fucking freaked out. I was like, whoa. I always thought this would be like the most incredible thing, but I was like, you know,
You're like,
whatever.
oh, this is so easy. This is not a turn on. What the fuck? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I hung out with her while she was doing her thing. And
did you guys were you having like conversations? You're like, so what are you studying in class right now?
No, she was she was watching the TV, and you know,
was it the news?
Twiddling her bean. No, it was a porno.
Like
and
watching
you know,
the news, like, yeah, the Nasdaq's going up.
Yeah, but she just wanted me to like watch her. She didn't want me to like. That was like her thing. Like,
oh, she wanted you to watch her.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's why she called me over. She called my house and told me to come over. She was already masturbating to a porno in her fucking living room.
So she was like, Ron, not in the eyes, Ron.
And so that's the same chick that I turned down for chicken wings.
Down.
Which is a whole other story. Did I tell that story on here before? The chicken wings? When I turned down sex for chicken wings, my fat fucking dumbass.
You may have mentioned something about this. But...
when my band played one day in Baltimore, and she came up with a couple of her friends, and you know, we played, and she was going to head back down to College Park, which is about an hour and a half south of Baltimore. And she says to me, she's like, when you get back to College Park, call me. I want to fuck you. Like, straight up. That's what she said. And so after we
should have called her father.
So we played, and then we watched the other band, and then we had to like break down. By the time I got back to College Park, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was like, I'm fucking hungry. I'm getting some chicken wings. So I go to Cluck U, which is a chicken wing place. And I'm standing in line. I just ordered a Cluck U.
I need to eat.
Yeah, I just ordered I just ordered 20 atomic wings. So I was like fucking excited to eat. And she calls me. And she's like, are you coming over? I was like, you know, I just ordered these chicken wings. And she was like, are you fucking serious? I was like, I mean, yeah.
I really love chicken wings.
To this day, I'm just like, man, that could have been another story in the beatbox, but you know, what are you gonna do? I chose chicken wings.
All right, Ron.
Did you tell her to fuck off at the end?
She was not pleased.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got your chicken wings, so that's pretty pleasing.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
best wings ever.
Fucking wings are fucking good, man. Like, if I was ever gonna turn down sex because of food, like wings would be probably in the top 5. All right,
I've had better wings than like some orgasms. Like, yeah.
All right, Andrew. top 5 food that you would turn down sex for.
Ooh. Well, chicken wings is definitely on there. A good fucking gnocchi with a bunch of cheese and like garlic and like an Alfredo sauce.
What's that? What's a gnocchi?
Gnocchi? They're like little squishy Italian potatoes.
Oh, like pierogies?
No,
Like,
no,
okay, I
not
got you.
pierogi. No, they're about
No?
like they're about the size of a Timbit, which I guess you guys would call donut holes.
Okay.
And they're just made out of potato, but they're really squishy. You've never tried gnocchi? Fuck, you got to get on the gnocchi. Fucking.
Oh, gnocchi. I know gnocchi. I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know gnocchi.
That's the Canadian accent.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry.
Like a really good gnocchi, even if they're like if it's stuffed with cheese. Fuck yeah. Poutine. Like really good fucking poutine will change your life.
Yeah.
I would like.
Thank you, Canada. Again. Thank you, Canada.
I almost bought some cheese curds at Aldi the other day because they had them, which is a rarity here.
So
Anyways,
you say
continue.
foods that I'd turn down sex for, but I would fuck the poutine first. So I'm still getting laid either way.
Yeah,
That's
all
right. That's good.
Poutine's
Pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you definitely pizza
but not just
and
but not just any pizza, right? It's got to be a specific kind of pizza.
yeah, like we only have 2 restaurants in town here.
Well, all right. Well, what's your
like?
what's the because like you're not gonna fucking turn down sex for like frozen pizza from the fucking you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's got to be like so.
What's the
I have,
style?
like,
Like what's the style? Like
I think
New
the best
York,
fucking
Chicago.
Yeah, so the best fucking pizza I think I've ever had was actually from Chicago because I used to work for an airline that did like international flights. And my buddy brought me home like an authentic deep dish fucking Chicago pizza one time.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like
That's
that made me fucking like I had to change my pants after eating that. So it was still win-win.
There's a spot in San Francisco that I'll have to look up to get the name, but it's a Chicago deep dish pizza spot in San Francisco that a lot of Chicagoans say is the best Chicago style pizza. And my God, that's the first time I ever had Chicago style pizza and was like, man, I can almost call this pizza. Because like I love Chicago style pizza. I just don't think it should be called pizza. Because that's not pizza. That's like
it's a pie, right? It's
pizza like pie. Lasagna. It's like lasagna pie or something.
Yeah.
But it's delicious.
Is it like Sicilian? Is it like Sicilian pizza? Like
no, it's
thick crust.
It's Chicago. It's deep dish, crumbly crust, but everything's layered. You know, the fucking sauce is on top of the cheese.
So like the crust, the actual crust wall is about 2 inches thick, and then you just fill it up, right? So you got 2 inches of fucking filler, and then just this layer of thick fucking sauce on. Fuck.
It's like lasagna pie with no noodles, and the bottom of it is like a pie crust kind of, but not exactly like it's more like a as far as pie crust goes, it's more like a fucking key lime pie crust.
Okay. And then Mexican would have to be like just in general, just the entire.
Yeah,
genre.
that's one of mine. That's one of mine for sure.
The weirdest fucking place that I've had authentic Mexican food, which still to this day blows my mind. I had to do a training course in Whitehorse, Yukon. Do you know the Yukon, the Canadian territory?
Yeah. You and I have talked about this before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. The toe.
Yeah, the toe.
The toe. All right. We'll continue. We're going to talk about the toe after this, but continue your current thing.
So Whitehorse, Yukon, north as north can get, and it's January. No, it's December. So fucking full blown winter. It's cold. It gets dark at 3:30. It gets light at 11 a.m. So you only have about 4 hours of daylight. Just super weird place to be in, but everybody's super fucking nice. So I see a sign for Mexican. So I'm like, well, this is a really fucking weird place for Mexican food. You're like northern, like way North Canada. And no kidding, I walk in, my eyes start watering. There's Mexican flags everywhere. There's like, everything is very authentic. The family was Mexican.
Wow.
It was a Mexican family who immigrated to the Yukon to open up a restaurant to feed the gold miners. The guys that in the river, like, hey, ooh, there's gold in them there hills. Ooh, he has an enchilada just to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
My God. Yeah. Like, yeah, the Yukon territory is a vast wilderness. Like, it's not. Yeah, you do not see Mexican restaurants in the goddamn Yukon territory.
Yeah, that was a really weird spot for a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, Mexican's the jam, though, man.
Yes, it is. It's so good.
Anything off a Mexican menu, it's all fucking A+, man.
Did you was that 4 or was that your top 5? Was that 5 foods?
That was Mexican was number 5, which is right where they belong. Because if you put them too high, they think they have too much freedom.
Yeah,
you want to keep them.
That's right.
That's what we do to them here in the U.S. Yeah, we keep their kids in cages too near the border somewhere down there.
Yeah. So hungry right now.
I've had elk before several times. It's wonderful.
Joe Rogan makes me want to eat elk. Like every
totally.
time I just listen to his podcast, and he's like, "Fuck."
I've had it in Colorado. It's elk is. He's not wrong. Elk is fantastic if you've never had it, since I guess you're not allowed to eat elk there, huh?
Yeah, like I've had an elk bird. There are some restaurants where they order it from different provinces because every province's hunting regulations are different. They have different seasons. They have different animals you're allowed to hunt. So, and hunting is a really like I do hunt, but it's just I mostly hunt like small game, partridge. Which is if you don't know what a partridge is, it's a super fucking dumb bird. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had partridge before. It's good. Partridge is good. It's like quail. It's very similar to quail.
Yeah, and it's just I like fishing, but then something devastating happened to me as a Canadian when I was 25 years old.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm pretty sure they almost revoked my Canadian card because I developed a.
You have those Canadian cards?
Yeah, you have to prove it. How many?
Is it assigned to you at birth?
No, the first time you say "a" 5 times in a sentence, your parents present it to you like it's a namesake.
Like a dude pops out of the bushes or something, or no, he like jumps down from the maple tree and he's like, "Hey!"
It just floats down. It floats down from the sky.
Like, is it snowing? No, my son. You become a man and a Canadian today. Holy fuck, eh? That's a nice fucking card.
Hey there, bud. You got time to sign your Canadian card there. You earned it there.
Sorry to bother you. I know you're spending time with your family and all, eh? But this is a matter of utmost importance, eh? You got to sign this fucking card.
It'll be with you the rest of your life.
At 25 years old, I developed a fish and seafood allergy.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah,
that sucks.
That's terrible.
Like, I thought it was bad sushi.
Oh no!
Oh, but
I had gone out for sushi and I got violently sick. Have you ever puked up sticky rice?
No.
But, I don't want to either.
Do you know when you puke and stuff comes out your nose?
Yeah.
So sticky rice doesn't possess the liquid qualities to make its way out of your nose.
Oh, it just gets stuff.
It goes into your sinuses and compacts in your sinuses, and then you blow out every single blood vessel around your fucking eyeballs.
Oh
man,
that's not.
It's like
good.
it's like the fucking meter on your car where it revs out. Like my fucking torque meter just revved out in my brain, and every blood vessel around my eyes just blew up.
I feel like that's bad.
Yeah, it sucked. And then you have to clear it, right? So you do the old and you try to clear it, but then that hits your gag reflex, so you throw up some more.
Oh.
It's just a vicious cycle of puking up fucking sushi.
You know how you solve that problem, don't you?
Yeah, so I went back a couple weeks later. They're like, fuck, it's the only sushi restaurant in this area, so maybe they just had a bad day. And so I went through the entire ordeal again. And that's when I learned that I should be smarter. And if I want to live a long, healthy life, stop making these decisions.
Yeah, you can't. Like, I've had this debate with myself over and over and over again. Can you just be smarter?
It seems simple.
Yeah.
After you've made the mistake.
Yeah, like I seriously have this debate with myself all the time. Can I just be smarter? I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question. And I feel like I've been failing at it for a long time.
It's so easy to do something incredibly fucking stupid,
Mm-hmm.
and then having that hindsight where you're like, that really was fucking dumb. Why? Like, why did I even do? Like, going back for sushi a second time at the place that I thought gave me food poisoning. Why would you do it?
You're like, I went into it knowing that I was doing something dumb, but I still did it.
Yeah, like I drank like a half a bottle of Pepto before going into it because I'm like, it's probably not gonna end well. I'm gonna set up the shields and like my backup systems and shit. I'm just gonna drink a bunch of Pepto. I'm gonna deal with shitting black for 3 days, which is a really weird thing and scary if you've never done it yet.
That's blood.
Pepto-Bismol.
That's blood.
No, Pepto-Bismol. Bismuth makes your shit black. Jet black.
Yeah.
Oh, well, normally if your shit's black, that means you're bleeding on the inside.
I know, and that's why I almost went to the hospital and got some of my free healthcare. But then
that's right.
Yeah, we can't do that here.
Yeah.
You and I talked all about that, though.
Yeah. And then I did some online research. I watched a couple videos on YouTube and I became a doctor in 10 minutes. And then I realized it was the Pepto-Bismol.
I mean, I would have gone back a second time. You have to make sure, man. You know, you have to make sure it's not, you know, the sushi and yourself.
Yeah. And then after a couple more rounds of experimenting with like freshwater fish and shrimp and like crab meat dip, yeah, I'm just sick all the time. And you know,
so it's everything.
Everything. Do you know how many things have anchovies in it?
Lots of things have anchovies.
Lots of things that are. Yeah.
So is your allergy specifically? Is it like an iodine allergy, or is it something different? Do you know?
I don't know what that term means.
So iodine, you know what iodine is, right?
Yeah, it's the stuff that makes you yellow, and your parents put it on you when you get hurt. You hate it.
Well, yeah, it used to be, but now they're starting to realize that might not have been the greatest thing. But yeah, so I know shellfish specifically are very high in iodine, and most people who are allergic to shellfish, it's generally an iodine allergy. Granted, you know, that's not a 100% certainty, but it is the vast majority of them. And there is iodine levels that can get heightened in other like aquatic life or sea life as well. So I'm curious if you have an iodine allergy.
Oh, I'm not sure. See, the free healthcare in Canada is fucking amazing. Like, I don't have to pay for anything, but the wait times to see a specialist, you can't just throw money at the problem. That's the only problem with our free. We call it free. Fuck me, I get taxed 25%.
Yeah, it's
off
a
every
tax.
paycheck. It's fucking crazy.
Right.
But it would take me like 4 or 5 months longer living where I do, where there are no specialists, or I'd have to take a trip to Toronto, which is 8 hours.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that people lose here in the United States about the healthcare system is that most of the people that are vying for not having socialized healthcare are people that can afford to pay to cut the line.
Yeah. So you guys have us beat there if you're rich. I mean, if you're a rich white dude in America, you get sweet healthcare.
Yeah. That's it. Hey, you don't even have to be rich. You just have to be like
a federal employee,
upper middle class.
I'm a federal employee. I have incredible healthcare.
Yeah. Basically, you just have to be a federal employee. You
have to have the right job, basically.
That's right.
Or just raise your kids to be doctors. That's not hard. It's fucking easy. Just do it.
That's right. That's my most fun argument when people I know like to talk to me about their freedoms. They're like, my freedoms, and the liberals are taking away the guns and my freedoms and stuff. I'm like, you gave away all your freedoms when you signed your name on your fucking security clearance, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You became a whore for that government money. You already signed your freedoms away. Like what are you talking about?
You want to talk about gun law? Or you want to talk about gun law? Because I
like in Canada.
Yeah, what is gun laws are in Canada? I don't know what gun laws are in Canada. Actually,
we have this crazy thing where you need to take a course, and they teach you how to use a gun, and then you need to pass a background check, and that's it. That's all you have to do to legally own a gun in Canada.
Some states are like that. My brother lives in California, and he has a shotgun, and before he got it, he had to take a course and then register it.
Okay,
So
so we
I-
don't even have registry.
My state's not like that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
They
we don't
tried.
have-
They tried.
We don't
They
have
tried the long gun
registry here
registry.
either.
In Maryland, we do. I mean, Virginia and Maryland are different.
No, Virginia.
Yeah.
My state is the most lax on gun laws in the entire country.
So like you guys,
Mine is one of the tough one of the toughest.
Yeah, and we're
but-
right next to each other.
Yeah.
I don't know,
So
Andrew. Have you heard the funny thing about if you try to come into Canada with Virginia license plates on your car?
I have not.
Yeah, so if you
I've
try to
been the United
drive,
States a total of 3 times in my life.
okay, well, if you're from Virginia, because obviously you can't cross into Canada from Virginia, but if you have Virginia license plates and you're from Virginia and you try to cross the Canadian border, in your car, they literally will stop you and walk up to your car, and the first thing they will say to you is, "Okay, how many guns do you have in your car?" It's true. It's true. It's kind of a stereotype, but it's also true and very funny.
Yeah. So when we talk about American gun laws and stuff, like you guys are allowed to own some crazy shit.
Like all of them.
Like all of the crazy shit you guys are allowed to own.
If you can shoot
And
it,
most of you
we
guys-
can own it.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
You can't own machine guns. You can't own automatic weapons.
We can own
But you
automatic
can-
weapons. What are you talking about?
No, we can't.
Oh, yes, you can. Maybe not
Wait a
100%
second.
legally.
Yeah, legally, you can't own automatic weapons.
I don't own
can't?
one.
So you guys already have gun control in place.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah, absolutely.
So what's the problem?
My guns! They're taking my guns! That's the problem. No one's taking your guns.
Yeah.
No one wants to take your guns. Your guns are safe.
Yeah.
But seriously, Andrew, that's what the problem is.
That's what you're saying. You can't get to Canada from Virginia.
Well, I can get there. I just have to drive through other states. Like,
Do you? Is Virginia an interior state? I know nothing of your fucking.
Yeah, it is.
no,
Okay.
no, we're not an interior state. We're on the East Coast. We are.
So you can drive up through to Quebec, then, couldn't you?
Yeah. The easiest ways to get to drive into Canada from Virginia are to go through New York or Michigan, or maybe was it Vermont?
Probably New York.
Vermont. Yeah, Vermont's right on the Quebec border there.
Vermont,
That's
New
where it
York,
is.
and Michigan are the 3 easiest ways to get to Canada from Virginia.
It's such a crazy huge border that I'm surprised most of you guys aren't coming up here illegally. Like we should probably build a wall.
Yeah, they did in South Park.
Yeah.
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 'Cause, like if you look at the Canadian American border, there's so much unprotected area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean Canada being the second largest landmass, which we beat you guys at, by the way.
It's cool.
That's a fact. We have way more land. most of it's like uninhabitable. Like where I live, we shouldn't live, but we do.
Yeah.
So most Americans hate the cold so much that Canada has nothing to worry about people going up there.
Yeah.
I work for a company now that we do chartered flights up to the native reserves.
Cool.
Do you guys have reservations in the States, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they get smaller and smaller every year, but yeah, they're here.
Yeah, so ours don't get smaller and smaller because nobody would even think to live up there anymore.
Yeah.
There's no roads. You need to fly there for
Wow.
most of these reserves. You can't drive there unless it's wintertime, and then they open up the ice road on the James Bay, Hudson Bay. There's an ice road that'll
Is
form
he-
in the wintertime.
So you got to hike
Wow.
if you're like on land, then yeah.
But you'll die. Like, I
Yeah.
don't-
Well, yeah,
there's-
but
It's too far to hike.
Yeah. So you have to either there's a train up to one of the reserves, which is like the main one in Ontario, which is called Moosonee. So there's a
Mhm.
train. It's like something stupid like an 8-hour train ride, or you can fly. But like that's a solid majority of the Canadian land is just uninhabitable areas where you can't get access to. But there's still fucking people that live there because
Wow.
let's go grim into Canadian history. Let's go dark for a bit.
Please do.
So the reserves happened because obviously the white man came and we took all the good land, and we're like, okay, well, you guys can have these little chunks of land that's so far north that we can just kind of forget about you. And we don't want to worry about your problems, but you don't have to pay taxes. So you're welcome. We're saviors. So, and for the longest time, we had what were known as residential schools. And you've heard of the Tragically Hip, the band?
Yeah.
So their lead singer, Gord Downie, God rest his soul, Canadian treasure, he made a comic book about like the residential schools and stuff. So back in the day, we thought that the natives needed more Christianity in their lives and that they weren't really people. So we took their kids away from them and we shoved them into Catholic schools and we gave them Canadian names. And we said, we're going to make you better people. And we made them forget all about their traditions and their backgrounds. And we basically just tried to make them into white people.
That's
and
nice.
this went on until 1996 was the last residential school. Finally got shut down. Yeah.
That sounds
like very recent.
Damn.
That's sweet.
Yeah. And so they tried to beat the native out of them. that doesn't work.
No, yeah, our country semi did the same kind of thing. It doesn't work so much.
No.
Yeah.
We did real fucked up to ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We kept making treaties with them over and over and over again, and then breaking those treaties with them by going in there and slaughtering them.
Well, it's called a treaty, right? It's like a treat. It's something that we're giving you.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can take it back. It's a treat.
Yeah.
But now they have casinos, so it's all good.
Yeah, cool.
Again, you're welcome.
Exactly.
We introduced them to organized crime, so you're welcome. Oh, casinos and the stock market. You guys aren't interested in this stuff? Oh man. You guys want to make your living honestly and be happy? Fuck that.
Losers.
Yeah, losers. Where's the exploitation in that? That's no fun.
Yeah. All right. That was a good piece of Canadian history.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Do the natives up there get into maple syrup as much as the white people do?
No, because we took those forests away from them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a point in Canada called the tree line. Once you go past the tree line, you're too far north. There's no more trees. We're like, here, you can live here. Were they all about the maple syrup beforehand? I'm gonna say that the white man didn't create maple syrup.
Well,
I mean,
create it, but exploit it, I guess would be the good word.
No, I think that was definitely a French Canadian thing that happened. So growing up where I did, I was only about 45 minutes away from the Quebec border. So we would have school trips over into Quebec to La Cabane à Sucre, which is the sugar shack.
Mm.
And literally you go there and it's just a field of maple trees, and they take hot, fresh, steaming maple. They pour it over a fresh bed of snow, of nice white fluffy snow, and then they roll it on a popsicle stick, and you get this cold maple popsicle sucker. And holy fuck, is it ever good?
That's awesome.
I gotta do it. I
have a boner right now just thinking of that.
I know. I think that's where it all started. Somebody cut down a tree and then they got thirsty, so they went to eat some snow, and they're like, holy fuck, that's fucking sweet. That's some good fucking snow. What happened there? And then it took them about another 25 years to figure it out, because French people are pretty stupid.
And then the maple syrup cartels took over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some French dude named Guillaume walked up. He's like, no, this is my tree. You get out of here. And he held up an axe. And they're like, oh, fuck, it's the maple syrup cartel. Oh, everyone run.
Run,
Guillaume's on his bullshit to get out. Yeah.
We've been chatting for over an hour and a half now. So that's,
yeah.
This has been a lot of fucking fun, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I hope I did
Yeah.
okay. I'm not normally a person who talks a lot, so hopefully that's
Hey, I learned a lot.
we had some laughs. We talked about some devastating things in Canadian history.
And syrup.
Yeah, and lots of porn. We've done
Porn
yeah.
and syrup. Yeah.
Canadian porn.
Yeah.
Canadian porn and Canadian syrup.
Yeah.
Syrup and porn. That's a good combo.
They pretty much
And
go hand in
Indians don't live near trees. You guys don't have to rake. You're welcome.
That song.
Yeah, thanks so much for doing this, dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It's been a fucking blast.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks again, dude.
Yeah.
I had a really good time. So
Sweet, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
we'll have to do it again in the future.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We like
Cool.
we eventually we're gonna have repeat guests because the idea
Oh,
is
yeah,
cool.
hell
It
yeah.
just hasn't happened yet, but yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the American world keeps changing, but the Canadian world just kind of stays the same. I'm gonna let you guys go because work is calling.
All right.
Yeah.
It never stopped.
All good, man.
All right,
All
guys.
right.
Later, brother.
Have a
See
good
you
one.
later, man.
See ya.
Thanks. All right, another episode in the books, and thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Want you to do us a favor and go check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Our Brains Hurt. You can find us there. Give us a follow. We're most active on Twitter. So if you want to do us a really big favor, head over to Twitter right now. Find us at Our Brains Hurt and click that follow button. That would be really awesome. And you can stay. That's where we post most of the news and everything we have going on quicker than we do on the other sites. So head over to Twitter, give us a follow. And we also have a Patreon page where you can head over there. It's $5 a month. You get bonus footage from each episode. You get some video. You get a chance to ask the guest a question. And you get a merch gift after a couple months. So head over to Patreon and find us also at Our Brains Hurt. But social media, Our Brains Hurt. Just do those, do what you can. Give us a follow. It would be greatly appreciated. See you next week.